What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of My Wife's Asleep. I'm your host, Sean Boucher. I got my buddy Buzz here at the Comedy Mill at Mulligan's down in Biddeford, Maine. What's up, Buzz?
What's up, brother?
How are you?
Good. Yeah, no, that's the whitest interaction ever.
I know, right?
Didn't know what to do, fist bump or we kept it white.
That's whenever that happens, somebody goes to fist bump and like they have their hands out or something, I'm always like, that was fucking awkward. And people just look at you like, yeah, I didn't want to say anything. But.
It's even better to tell them it's awkward and see what their reaction is because then it's just really organic. Whereas they look like the idiot because you called them out first.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's much better that way for sure.
So all right, so I met you about 3 weeks ago at the open mic, which is an awesome open mic, very welcoming. As soon as I walked in, everybody was like, hey, I'm Jim, or hey, I'm Buzz. And like, they saw me with my notebooks. I was like, obviously I'm a comedian. And it's a comedy
Obviously,
mill.
yeah. You look at this. You're a pillar of making fun of someone. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Fucking blue jeans.
I can tell it. Yeah, right. You look like it's either that or you're in tech. You know, but that would have been a turtleneck for sure.
Right.
Sorry, this is going to be a lot today.
No, you're fine, dude.
No, I know I am. I'm just saying you're welcome.
So what's your story? How many years you been doing stand up?
Oh man,
because I'm learning about you as well as the audience. So
yeah, absolutely. No. We started. I do this with two other guys. I got Paul Roy and I got Nate Curran. The three of us. Paul took a class. Then Paul contacted Nate, and Nate was like, hey, you should take this class. And then me and Nate, we played golf. We hung out all the time. We were always talking about comedy, podcast, specials coming out, shit like that. And we were like, okay, what we're going to do is we should take the class. And I was like, well, what's that? He goes, well, it's going to be $250. We learn how to do open mic.
Learn how to hold the microphone when you get up there, move the mic stand.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, but it's also was like, well, what are we going to do? He goes, well, we're doing open mic. I go, well, how much does it cost to do an open mic? And they're like, it's free. So I go, well, how about this? Let's wait 1 week and we'll just go to the open mic. If we suck, then we'll take the class. So we waited a week. We went to the open mic, and we weren't great, but we weren't bad.
Where'd you do it? What club did you do it at?
It was at Free Street in Portland. Shout out to Free Street in Portland. Dude,
I love
they
you
have
guys
a great,
at Free Street. Steve and all them, yeah.
Yeah, no, they do
that's
a great job. Yeah, no, Sunday nights, that's where we did it. And then this all kind of just fell together. We messaged some places in Biddeford, and Mulligan's was one of the first people to contact us back. And yeah, man, we did an open mic downstairs. I think it was 36 or 7 weeks ago now. We're coming up on our year anniversary.
Fuck yeah,
and
dude.
we haven't missed a Wednesday.
Fuck
so
yeah.
like, you know, we're like the fucking post office. Like rain, sleet, shine, we're here.
Well, you need it. It's like therapy. How many? You've been doing it under a year, you said.
Yeah,
so like 36 weeks ago you started?
Yeah, 36 years. I bet
awesome.
I bet you I've done 50 mics. Nothing more because it's 3 before. We've done a couple of shows. But yeah, it's always just this is our home turf, and we've been bringing like what we had. I'm glad you said that you felt really open and welcome because you know it's like we're all fucking weirdos. Like we're all trying to do we're all trying to do comedy. We're all trying to look for a good home base. We all want to be with like people. We're all just trying to do our own thing.
It's a community as much as it is about the jokes and about fucking. It's kind of like therapy in a sense. Like, all right, this is what happened to me this week, and it's a community where okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see Buzz, and I'm having a rough week, and I'm gonna tell a joke and get off stage, and it's gonna eat shit, and after my set, Buzz is gonna be like, oh yeah, you went with that route, like. You have that camaraderie. That's what I'm saying. It's dope.
Yeah, being a fat kid my whole life, I got a pretty thick skin. So, but it's kind of like, you know, it was just, I'm an only child. I'm a fat kid. I was a jock, but I was a jock that also played Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering.
You were playing both sides.
So, yeah, exactly. I was bi jockish. I don't know.
Bi jockish.
Something with the bis. Well, I mean, we love the gays too. Hey, shout out, it's Pride Month.
Pride Month.
Yeah, you got it. But it's like, I think the best environment for comedy is for letting people say their darkest, deepest shit, because there are little quibs of humor there. And, you know, we're trying to give people a platform to be able to say the shit that they want to say. Maybe it doesn't work, but that's the whole idea behind an open mic. I don't want just knee slapper bangers, but I'd love for you to say a joke that maybe didn't work, and then you worked it for a week. You came back, and you like cut the fat. You found your punchlines. You found your tags. You come back and say it again, new crowd, and then it kind of works for you. You're like, oh, you know, like that worked.
There's a difference between, like I said, and I'll say it 1,000 times, it kind of is a form of therapy. But you get, in the open mic scene, you get hobbyists, you get people who are going for it, which you guys seem like you are, you and your crew, which is awesome to meet, especially since
it's weird though. It's weird you say okay, so we are going for it, but we don't overextend ourselves. We're here. I think we figured that out. I think Mulligan's knows that they got Wednesdays is just as big as Friday and Saturday for them now.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, we got to make sure we do this with them.
There's a crowd. Like, up in Florida, you go to some places, like there's a club up in St. Pete, and you would go to this open mic, and it would be 20 other comics and 3 people in the audience. And
they're like moms and girlfriends?
Well, no, like people in the audience, like, oh, it's a comedy club. And then they would leave after 3 people, and you're like, fuck, I'm going on 27th. Like, it's just other comics. Yeah. And it's so hard.
Don't you also hate those comics that come, burn their 5 minutes, they do good, and they're like, all right, see you later, and they peace out, which is fine.
I had to do that last time because I had shit my first.
Yeah, I know. You're an asshole. I get it.
I know.
Yeah, it's all right.
I killed.
I almost told you no to this, but this is like my first ever podcast, so like, let's do it, dude.
I'm not that guy. You'll learn that, Buzz. But I had something come up with my grandparents, so I had to leave.
Oh no, but we're family first here. Like this is a family for some people, so a lot of people come here. But if anybody has something with their kid or they got, like you said, family comes first. Everyone should fucking know that. Just call your parents. Tell them you're sorry.
Yeah, tell them. Yeah, sorry.
Tell
them you're sorry you're pursuing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, dude, apologize.
I don't think it's not looking good, Mom. I don't think I can buy you the house in 12 years.
Right. Yeah, ask for forgiveness as well while you're at it. You won't get either. You won't get the apology, and you won't be told you're forgiven. But
by the way, can I borrow $20? I need gas for a Rhode Island gig Friday.
yeah. And she'll be like, no, but good luck.
What do you got going on Friday?
This upcoming Friday.
You want to go to Rhode Island with me? I got another show.
Oh no, actually, Paul Roy is playing. He's got a gig in Bridgeton, and that's where my camp's at. So I'm going to go watch and support him because he's this. So we try to support everybody while we're doing that, even the people that aren't necessarily me named Paul.
Yeah,
like huge support. Like so, when you asked me to do the pod, you've been here a couple times now, and it's like, of course. Like, thanks for even asking, man. We're just trying to fucking, like you said, it's community, it's therapy. We're all hanging out. Like, I've never seen a therapist. And I got to the point where I probably should. And then I saw so much relief and so much anxiety being relieved when I was like, oh, I said a joke and people liked it. It's like you're validated. Like, it's like, oh, I am funny.
Now, do you feel, because I asked some people this, since you've started doing stand-up, do you feel more confident in everyday life and other aspects?
No, I feel worse.
Really?
Yeah, man. Well, at work, I have a job that has to do with, like, it's kind of uppity. I'm a scientist. I work for a biopharmaceutical.
Podcast is over. No.
Yeah, please shut it up, dude.
I was questionable when you were wearing glasses.
Some people at work will be like, tell me a joke. And I'm like, fuck.
That's the worst.
Like, I can't do that. Like, why not? I'm like, why don't you come and watch the show?
Yeah.
And, like, some people are like, are you nervous that some of the things you say might get you fired? And I'm like, well, that means that person had to not like me. Leave work, come to Biddeford, watch me at open mic, be mad at me, go back to work, talk to HR. And HR was like, did it happen at work? They're like, no. And they're like, where did it happen? Like, well, actually, I went to his comedy show and he said, I took
time out of my day to go and get offended.
And I went to a comedy show already thinking I was going to get offended. I think HR will even tell you to fuck off.
So whenever people find out that I'm a comedian, they're like, oh, tell me a joke.
Oh, it's the worst.
You
know what?
So what do you call somebody who asks a comedian to tell them a joke? An asshole.
That's great. I love it, dude.
It doesn't translate. I'm like, if I tell you this joke, I'm not on a stage. I don't have my sword and shield, which is a microphone, and my timing is going to be spent. And if I do tell an original that I'm like discussing with somebody, be like, obviously before I tell you this, or like in the middle, I'll be like, if I'm on stage, this translates 100% different.
But it should, because
it's a performance.
It's not also it's a sword and shield, like you say, but it doesn't give you the opportunity to say whatever you want. Because sometimes I've had people come up here like, what can I say? And I'm like, you can't. You told me you can't say the things you shouldn't say unless there's a joke. Like the whole idea is a joke. You can't just go up there and say bleep this and boom. Like you can't say F and R's and N's. Well, don't show up in blackface. Like these are the unwritten rules. But it's like, what the fuck, dude? You know that, and then
you get on stage and piss people off. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
I love pissing people off. Like, that's what comics should embrace. Yeah, you want to poke it a little bit. You have a joke, and you like get a sigh or a cringe or a laugh or a giggle. You need a little thing every 10 seconds, even if it is a cringe.
It's a reaction. It's a reaction.
You're looking for that. So I think the nomenclature in comedy is every 10 to 15 seconds you should have a point where make people think and pause and punch or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is if it's cringe, just remember that cringe needs to take people into a darker hole, and then you dig them out of it. And if they don't dig themselves out of it, maybe that's a little bit more on them than it is on you. Like you need to assess the situation. Plus, it's all based on the crowd you're talking to as well. Like, I'm not great at crowd work. Like right now, my favorite crowd work joke is like, I've never done crowd work, and I go, "Hey, what's your name, sir?" And you say Sean. And I go, "Oh, it's last name Boucher." I'd be like, "Oh, Sean Boucher. You having a good night?" You go, "Yeah." And I go, "All right, great. Well, there's my crowd work. Kind of officially, crowd has been worked. Like, just move on, because it's like, if you're not good at it or you don't know what you're gonna do, because there's an art to that. That's fine. But we're just bullshitting. We're comics. We're not fucking being paid to do this. We're just hanging out, man.
So how I look at crowd work, I've done it maybe 3 times. The first time I did it, it was at a room that I hosted down in Florida. And all the comics went up. It was just comics. It was kind of like a workshop for us on Tuesday nights.
Sure.
This group of like 5 came up, these 3 chicks, this 2 dudes. And we were finishing it up, and I was wrapping up the show, and they're like, "No, do more." And I had a buzz on. I was like, "Do more. All right, give me a fucking topic." And I did that for 14 minutes.
That's great.
They would just call shit out. So one of the young bucks afterwards was like, "Dude, how did you get so good at crowd work?" And I was like, "Bro, that's the first time I ever fucking did it."
Yeah. Oh, why am I so good at crowd work? Oh, because I have shitty uncles that make fun of me when they haven't heard a word.
I kept calling this one chick dentures because she said something about toothpaste. I was like, "Yeah, your fucking teeth fell out when you were 11. You got fucking dentures." So I kept referring to her as dentures, and it was working because I was insulting her but keeping her.
Yeah, and then you're looking her in the eyes, and if she's having fun, that's the thing. If you're having fun and the person you're making fun of is having fun, chances are the crowd's having fun. So that's why I try to say,
they were the crowd. Those 5 people were the crowd.
All right. Well, she had less teeth than people in the crowd, so it's like it worked out. It just, if everyone's having fun, that's the whole idea.
Have you guys here at the Comedy Mill ever had like a mental health show up at the mic?
Yeah, we have actually. So Gabriel just recently put his grandmother down because she was having not such a great time, and he talked about it. And it's a very heartfelt, awesome moment for people to talk about them.
Like, not mental health like with a comic, but like somebody who's just like not all there, come up and have the mic for 5 minutes.
I think that's what everyone does. They're all you think we have it all together, but no, we've had people be like, "Oh, well, now I'm going to play this song," and all of us looking at each other like, disheveled or puzzled.
It's an open mic.
Yeah, but we put a stop to something like that just because music. It's fine, but it's also like, go to an open mic. Ooh, pick that up on my microphone. I'm gonna fart too, so I might pull this off and put it in my ass. But
careful, it's a rental.
Yeah, don't want to return this mic. I haven't said hawk to it yet, so we're all set.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Oh, we will. You have it on your notes. But no, it's just we have people that grab it and not quite sure what they're doing. And if someone does their first time ever, I think when it's one of the 3 guys that are here, if one of us are hosting, we do a good job making them feel welcome. So we're like, hey, the first time ever, takes a lot of balls to come up here, give them a warm welcome. And then they come up and they do their best, and they go up and chances are they eat a bag of dicks for 4 minutes. But even getting 2 laughs is like me going to play golf. Like I might shoot a 110, which isn't good, but 5 of those shots were like fucking professional shots. So I always think about those 5.
Yeah,
I'm not thinking about the other 105. Yeah, math. Good for you, man. Fucking big math guy. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm not a scientist, but
no. Hey, me either, dude. Don't worry about it. I went to school to be a rabbi, but rabbi just means teacher. So I went to school to be a teacher. That was just a bad joke. But yeah, dude, I went to school to be a science teacher, and now I'm landed where I am now. Couldn't get out of my parents' basement, so I had to go get a real job. But no, you're right.
My grandparents' parlor right now on an air mattress, living the fucking dream. Nothing wrong with the basement.
No, absolutely not. Those boomers are fucking not leaving their houses and going to apartments. Those houses are rightfully ours,
We earned them.
How old are you?
31.
31? Oh my God, you look 42. I'm 37. I think I look younger than you.
You're 37?
Yeah, I know. You're going to freeze that mole and get rid of it, dude. What are you doing?
I've had this on my face forever.
Oh, you got insurance?
I had it. I had insurance.
You missed your window.
I think I owe it.
It's just getting bigger. You're like, I got to get a real job.
Since I was like 16. It's like a fucking...
Oh my God.
I don't know.
But that's why your self-confidence is so high, right? Because it's like, but I can't stop looking at it now.
Stop looking at it. I'm going to tell you a story from last night.
Well, I'm blind, so I'm really not looking at it.
I was at the bar last night with a couple coworkers. Like, I'm trying to meet people. I just moved up here, and so they go to this place for karaoke. I went, and I'm sitting there, and it's me, this girl, this dude that I work with, and another chick. And this guy walks up. He's like, "Don't look at me. Talk to your girl." And I'm like, "This isn't my girl." And she looks at me. She's like, "Yeah, you could be my dad." And I was like, "How old are you?" She was like, 21. And I go, "How old am I?" And she goes, 35. I was like, "Close. I'm 31." So the bartender comes up.
Sorry, dude, this is great. Dude.
I know, this is my fucking life, Buzz.
I'm so happy for you, dude.
So, of course, I'm going to take it and run with it and go above and beyond as a comedian. So the bartender comes over. She's like, what can I get you guys? I was getting another Captain Coke, whatever my daughter wants. And the bartender was like, and like the coworkers are laughing. And then like 10 minutes later, there's an advertisement for like the dinosaur experience at the Portland Civic Center this weekend only.
Right.
So I tap her and I'm like, hey, if you're good tonight, I'll take you to that. Don't tell your mother.
Right.
And the other coworkers are dying laughing. And then I got blacked out drunk and offended people. So,
which is great though, because I think, dude, no, you're not wrong. It's like, you know how many people are, like the conversation can always start with if you're a comic and you come over and they go, hey, this guy does comedy. Or, hey, this guy's the funniest person I know. All of a sudden that whole crowd, you can't get a shtick in. Because they're all thinking, oh, he's just doing this shit. But if they don't know a word and you just sit there and play organically with a crowd, it's like you're almost in your element. You don't know how to fucking mute your own phone on your own podcast?
It's a toll-free call.
Oh, yeah, dude. Those debt
Joe Exotic's trying to get a hold of me again.
Those debt collectors are really coming in hard. Is it your ex-wife trying to collect?
What does she want? She got everything else. She got the gold mine. I got the shaft.
She took your hair.
Dude, so it's funny. When I went to court, she like died. Not to fucking talk about my divorce.
We are. Hey,
so we went to the courthouse, and I was wearing like my leopard fucking button down, like fucking savage. And she like dyed her hair lighter, and she has a tan. Yeah, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, oh yeah, fucking. You want to make a change in life? You dye your hair and you fucking get a tan. Yeah. And it's like, oh, I did a thing, and I'm like, that's literally the female equivalent of me shaving my head after we.
Right. You don't shave your head though, because then we think you're part of the Aryan Brotherhood, dude.
I ain't a shark.
Yourself a favor.
Fuck that.
No,
but I'm like, I did the same thing. I'm fucking ripping her down in my head about, but just because I'm a male, it's so much simpler. Like, oh, I just fucking shaved my head. Let's go.
No, you're not. Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of it, but you know, you're just. I'm balding as well. Like I went and did.
It's fine. It's a fucking. We're sitting in a sauna here fucking talking.
I know. I got a good schvetz going on right now.
No, you should have been a rabbi.
Dude, yeah. Dude, I know. I could use the yarmulke because it covered my bald spot. But no, I went to like Hannaford, right?
Hannaford, yep.
Yeah, the Hannafids is what you say. Happy
I'm more of a market basket kind of guy.
Yeah. But... Oh, well, everything's plural around here. It's like the Hannafids, market baskets. Shaw's. Yeah, well, Shaw's is already an S. Yeah. But anyways, I was standing there doing this self-checkout. And they have that thing where it stares down at you, and I could just see that I was balding. I was like, motherfucker.
Did you put the ho-hos back? You're like, man, fuck this.
That's not going to stop. That's not going to, if anything, I could just get fatter, and then people would be more disgusted with my overweightness than my baldness, you know?
What's funny about it, though, is like, because I'll show you pictures of me, because you haven't met me with hair. But when I had hair.
Without hair, you're doing great, by the way.
I used to have like hair down to my ass and shit, but. It was always receding. My brother's bald. My father's bald. And I was like, haha, I'm the exception. But now the prophecy's been fulfilled. But I'm more confident now because I'm not worrying about that, if that makes sense as a man.
Absolutely. No. I think that's 100%.
Like a motherfucker. I'm out there fucking vibing.
When you figured out that nobody can get in your own head besides yourself?
Yeah.
It's like a fucking superpower. So you get manipulated. Sometimes you get some good puss being thrown your way and you're like, do anything for it. But then every once in a while your boys are looking at you like, man, you know, ever since you met Tiffany, you've changed. And it's like, well, you know, it's like, you know, pussy's a powerful thing. So that's just how that works. Yeah. But if you ever can like not simp it out where you're like, I don't need this girl. But if you can ever figure out who you are, then you already figured out life. Because some people just don't even know who they are. They're still looking for someone to complete them or something to complete them, where in fact it's just your mindset for yourself. So really you got to pull that all full circle. Like with comedy, I'm not really a good joke writer, but I'm good at bullshitting. So my boys, even Nate and Paul, are like, you got good jokes, but I can tell when you swapped out from just talking to the crowd to telling a joke, and sometimes that doesn't land because you haven't found your voice. So when I walk up to the mic now, it's just like I'm just putting word bullets up because I know how to get there. I'll play the crowd, and I'm working this premise, and I just get there. Instead of being like methodical, where I wrote the whole thing out, and then you're almost in your own head because you missed a word in that paragraph.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I didn't hit that callback.
Yeah, you fucked that up, yeah. And then it gets in your head. No, you got to almost be like, hey, I missed a callback or I missed a punch up. fucking move on. Like, you can drag this 5 minutes to 7. Just try to make it 4, cut the fat, hit the punches, do your thing, have as much fun as you can. Because if you're having fun, they're having fun. I know I'm going to say that. I said that already. I'll probably say it again. But, dude, you don't understand the relativity of people not understanding even what is funny until you bring them there. And then they're like, they almost appreciate you for being yourself because they see a little of themselves in you. Like, it's fucking, you gotta connect with those people.
Once you're relatable, like, I had an older guy at work the other day talking to me about comedy. He's like, what are you doing a show? I was like, well, I'm actually in Biddeford on Wednesday. I'm driving down to Rhode Island on Friday for a showcase. And he was like, yeah, like, we were talking about comics. Who's your favorite comic? I was like, Greg Giraldo. And he's like, oh, yeah. I was,
the Rosemaster.
Fucking love Greg Giraldo.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, that's a good one.
He's a legend. But he mentioned Shane Gillis. And he was like, I love that young guy. I was like, well, you know what's... His jokes are funny, but you know what it is? He's a bro. People like him? He's relatable. He's relatable.
Yeah, and but he's a trained assassin. That's a bro. Like, I don't know if he's like the guy I hang out with at a dive bar or the guy that didn't quite make president at a frat party. Yeah. But all of those are still one and the same. So he relates to all of those people.
Everybody, like this guy that I work with is probably like 55. We're in our 30s, and we relate. It's just relatability. It's just going up there and not because you have some people who go up and put on an act like, oh yeah, I'm the quirky kindergarten teacher, female comics, or like, oh, I'm the serious guy,
the rabbi.
You don't get the rabbi. Yeah. So kindergarten teacher and a rabbi walk into mulligans.
Oi, oi vey.
So what's your process in writing a joke? Because you're a year into it. I don't know shit from Shiola, but I'm 2 years into it. I probably have 300 mics under my belt.
Wow.
What's your process of writing a joke?
Well, funny's funny.
What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, Jake? You want to come jump in?
Is he a comic?
Jake's the manager of the whole establishment.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Jake. What's your process in writing a joke?
Well, it will very much not surprise you at all. That it isn't much of a process. It's more like, oh, that's similar or that's funny. My favorite part is math jokes or like, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm dumb, but I'm not. So when someone says something that I assimilate to and I'm like, oh, that's what I thought that meaning was. And I make, like one of my bits is like I was arguing with somebody about the economy and they're like, oh, you're just a contrarian. And I was like, nah, man, I'm a Pisces. So it's like funny because I don't even know what contrarian means, but I do know that that's not a symbol. And that was like my immediate go-to. It's like kind of those backdoor deals where you just make a funny joke because you're an idiot. Just comes like to embrace your idiocracy. Like be an idiot. And if you are, you're like, ooh, I was so dumb. This is a joke. Like you can almost write it down because being an idiot, everyone's an idiot. People are idiots. Yeah. Even the smartest people are idiots.
That's kind of what like.
So that's what's relatable. Like you need to relate. So if you can show a little bit of skin by saying, "Hey, I'm putting my guard down because I'm fucking dumb as shit," people are like, "Yeah, you are." But then that breaks those walls, and you're like, "All right, yeah, I know I'm dumb. You want to hear some more dumb shit?" Yep. And then we just hang out and be dumb together. That's where humor comes from. For me, particularly, some people are super smart with their comedy, where I've tried to write super smart jokes. And then I'm not getting the pop I'm looking for. Because you know how much it sucks to be like Norm Macdonald used to be saying to Mark Norman and Shane. He would say shit like, funny always wins. Because Norm Macdonald did the Saturday Night Live update. Updates, yeah. And like it wasn't the funniest jokes, but we're still watching them now because we figured out why he said it. And now they're fucking knee slappers. Like I can't believe he said that and got away with it. But funny always wins. So if you have enough pride and you have enough prowess to know that joke is going to work, go ahead and keep saying it, but don't expect the pop every night. Yeah. So if you have a joke that is going to be funny, go for it. But don't expect everyone to be as smart as your dumbass. Like you're an idiot as well. If you didn't frame the question or the joke in the right way, it might go over everyone's head.
I've had to do that. I've had to dial it back. I've learned to like dumb down, for lack of a better word, like dumb down for the
audience. Need to meet your audience.
Yeah, because I used to go on stage and I would open with a dyslexic walks into a bra.
Perfect.
A lot of people don't get it. It goes over there. Yeah, it's fucking one-liner. You throw it away.
But the thing is what? Okay, well, Paul's a one-liner guy that he's with us. Mm-hmm. Paul's a one-liner guy, and I always try to tell him like, he's like, that joke didn't work. And I'm like, I think people are still digesting the joke before.
That's what it is. Because when I would open with that, I wouldn't get them back until I was like
two jokes later.
3 jokes later.
Because and all of a sudden they might be laughing at that one because they fucking missed it.
Yeah.
Like, you need to... silence is power. I didn't realize that in comedy. The only time I realized silence is power is one time I went up in deer in headlights, tried to introduce somebody, but I like forgot what I wanted to say, and it was one of our first like promotions kind of deal, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. So 3 seconds of silence, then saying, oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say, got this huge laugh, and I was just being honest, and they were like, well, what are you gonna do? I pulled my notebook out of my pocket. And I looked at my notebook, which was a blank piece of paper, and I went, nope, that's not the one. And I flipped the page, and people laughed at that, and I'm like, I'm killing, and I don't even know why. So maybe the 300, like, yeah, it's stupid. But isn't it
And then you have a joke that you can't wait to tell for a fucking week. You're like, oh, God, this is going to fucking kill it, and you get up there, and it's crickets.
But that's why you have the ebb and flow, the yin and yang. Let me think of one more. The pros and cons. Yes, I got 3.
There you go.
But how are you going to relate to a crowd? Because some people, like, I wrote this banger, I got it down to a science, and you say it, and it doesn't work. And it doesn't mean it doesn't work, but it does mean maybe pauses, delivery, the way you say it, the way you set it up. All of those things might be, this works funny for you, and you have just masterminded it too much, where you can't over-engineer a joke. It still needs to be organic. It still needs to fall to people that are fucking... We're all idiots. Yep. Who's going to a comedy show? I haven't seen fucking Steve Jobs at a comedy show. Well, nobody has because he's dead. But it's like, you're not seeing Elon Musk at comedy shows. He thinks he's the funniest guy in the world because it's 42069 everything. But it's like, it's humorous because you have so much power. And I can't believe how childish your jokes are.
Yeah.
But it's like, as a comic, you're just hanging out in a crowd of people. It's like, have you ever gone to a bonfire and then you really get those 5 or 10 people erupting? That's the type of humor you need for hundreds of people.
You want to be the comic you are in the parking lot on the stage.
Precisely.
Do you know what Steve Jobs' last words were?
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Cool.
Do you know what Walt Disney's last words were?
What?
Kirk Douglas.
Shut it.
Kirk Douglas, yeah.
Who's Kirk Douglas?
When you allow me to turn my phone back off.
No, shut it off, dude. No, this is raw, dude. We're hanging.
He's Guardians of the Galaxy. Kirk Douglas, fucking Escape from LA, Escape from New York, Married to Goldie Hawn.
I thought that was Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, you're right, not Kirk Douglas. Kurt Douglas was
Jesus.
The Great Escape. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Douglas, yeah, Great Escape.
Great Escape, sorry.
Yeah, he's riding the motorcycle.
Both very powerful alpha men.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. And then we got, is Kurt Douglas the one that's, doesn't matter.
Yeah, regardless. I just thought that was interesting.
It is. Well, Kurt Douglas, wow, that's cool. Did the fucking operator have like a Doc Holliday fucking mustache or some shit, dude? No. Did he look at him and he was like, oh, Kurt Russell? He's like, I gotta get out of LA.
Like, I gotta go save Walt. Walt's on his deathbed.
And then he was like,
I gotta eliminate
maybe he was like, yeah, maybe he was mad. He was like, that's who should have played Peter Pan. Like, you know, maybe he was like, but oh wow, that's fucking awesome
for Steve Jobs, right?
You know why it's oh wow for me, for him, and I'm like sitting there thinking, oh wow, it's like people's last words are interesting.
I do get to take my money to the afterlife.
Oh, that'd be nice, dude. Then I ain't got shit in the afterlife, dude. I'm gonna hang out in the same old bullshit.
I'd be a fucking homeless angel, lost my wings in a flying accident.
Oh no, yeah. Hopefully I get some wings so I can sell them. I can sell them for a real cool silica or something.
Let's go my Halo to the pawn shop.
Yeah, a car that I can't fix. I'm just driving around heaven in a Honda Ruckus.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus. What were you gonna say that?
No. I was just like hearing him say, "Oh wow, it's cool," from someone that smart and that in tune to what death could be, and he's probably one of the people that put it in people's minds, like, maybe we're in a simulation, which is wild. Can you imagine if someone's playing me in a video game and they're like, you know what, Patrick? You're going to be a comic. Like, that's so stupid, dude. What a fucking idiot.
You're going to survive off ramen noodles and fucking Chef Boyardee.
Dude,
you're not even going to cook the Chef Boyardee half the time because you're hammered.
No.
You're going to bomb. You're going to travel. You're going to get a piece of shit car.
I've cooked Chef Boyardee with a heat tape.
Damn.
Like, yeah.
You don't have to cook them, you know.
No, I know. Don't worry. We still ate it out of the can, but we used to wrap our Chef Boyardee with a heat tape because we worked at like my previous job.
How long did that take?
Oh, a couple minutes. The heat tape's like an electric rubber band.
Yeah.
And just a couple minutes. You have to make sure you time it though, because if you left it on there, the can would explode.
Yeah, damn.
So you'd have to make sure it just gets warm.
Kid problems.
Yeah, right. Talk about it.
So what was your favorite Chef Boyardee can growing up?
Dude, anything with meat. Dude, have you ever had SpaghettiOs without meat? Oh my god, it just smells like tin. It just tastes and smells like tin.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm eating a Tin Man's box, dude. I want that fake processed meat. It looks like cat food meat, but it's like, give me meatballs, beef raviolis, anything with that weird.
The beefaroni is good.
Oh, beefaroni is great. Yeah, it's so weird. They use the same meat. They just put it in different shapes.
Yeah.
Like that's all they do.
It's all horse meat.
But if you do those SpaghettiOs without it, I wouldn't recommend that. People that like SpaghettiOs without them, I'd say you're either a child or
they're a cop.
Yeah, oh, dude, yeah, right. All yours, officer.
Yeah. Yeah. So my buddy, when I was like 13, I was at his house and he just grabbed a can of beefaroni, opened it, just started eating it. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "You don't have to heat it up." And I was like, "Huh." So we just crushed cans of cold Chef Boyardee. Sure. So I was so poor when I drove up here. I went to Walmart and I spent I was like, all right, I have $25 to get me food to last on this drive. Perfect. It's supposed to be 3 days. So I got a couple cans of beans, like SpaghettiOs with the meatballs.
Yeah,
Chef Boyardee, and I'm sitting there.
Tuna.
I got the tuna kits. Yeah. And then I'm sitting at the Maryland truck stop, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to camp here. I drove for like 11 hours that day. I left Tampa at 9 p.m., got to South Carolina 3 a.m., slept till 7:30, woke up, drove 11 hours. I was exhausted. It was like 8:30. I was going to drive until 10. But I don't want to deal with going through New York right now. I need to sleep.
Cool. So let's eat 3 packets of Chef Boyardee and go into a coma.
But I'm sitting there and I was so happy. I just ate the one can. And I'm sitting there and I'm so happy. Like, I'm sleeping in my car. I'm doing comedy. I'm eating a fucking uncooked can of SpaghettiOs with meatballs. This is fucking the best right now.
Yeah, but it's also relatable. Yeah. Have you ever... Well, look at... It's all relative, dude. If you haven't eaten anything and you're like lost at sea or stuck in the woods, all of a sudden you're like, oh, what made you think about it? You're like, oh, that burrito. That guy just got stuck in the woods for 10 days.
10 days.
And he came out and he's like, what do you want?
He looked wild, bro.
Dude, he was 31. He was your age. He looked like he was a 56-year-old man.
I should go camping.
No, I would say do the opposite. I'm thinking about fucking giving you a massage or full release. Trying to get you some of the get those bags.
Here I am thinking I look great, Buzz, and you're like, bro, you've aged like butter. Like
I know, but I was hoping you're gonna make fun of me, dude. That's the idea. The toss out is there.
I'll save it for the stage.
Fuck you, dude.
Give it up for Buzz. That guy's definitely not gay.
Definitely not gay. Not even bi. I like women. Yeah. I ain't gay no more. I have been delivered.
The audacity of a straight white man to take a microphone in stage time in Pride Month.
I know. You know what? I can be whatever I want. I'm a white man in America, so it's like we're good. You know, it's okay. Well, I got a lot going for me. You know.
What were you saying about the guy that was lost for 10 days?
Oh no, nothing. It's like he got out. And he said he wanted a burrito. And I was like, that's so awesome. Because like, can you just imagine what he went through? He was saying shit like, "Oh man, we're getting trapped." Like while I was walking around, there were mountain lions following me, and he like felt empowered by it. If a mountain lion was following me, I'd be leaving little pinched loaves for him to eat besides me. Like, I'd just shit in a basket and be like, eat that, please. He was drinking water out of a boot. Like,
Das Boot.
Yeah, das Boot, right. I was just trying to figure out, I love those. I'm fascinated with those stories, though. Like,
now, do you think the mountain lions were waiting because they could probably smell that he was dying?
Yeah, but it's also a person. So, mountain lions, they won't really attack unless you're really on your last leg.
What state was this in?
Cali.
Okay. Oh yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, but I think that like we've indoctored wild animals to not attack us because we've done so good at defending ourselves against them.
Yeah.
So I think they all talked it out. Like, did you know AI is talking? AI is communicating. Oh man, this whole podcast is fucked now. But AI has literally been taking in whale sounds and dolphin sounds and they're trying to break it down and they're trying to figure out how they're talking to each other. If AI figures that out, can you imagine we're like talking to just a cow?
Did you hear about
the cow's like, can you please stop slaughtering us? Like, we want to just hang out. Like,
did you hear about that girl talking about spitting on dudes' dicks?
Oh yeah, Haktua. Let's bring it back. Yeah. So hey, what do you think about that? What do you think about that?
That is very interesting. I think it's a fucking Andy Warhol 15 Minutes of Fame thing.
It's crazy because
what are they distracting us from? That was my first thing.
What are they distracting us from? Hillary Clinton conspiracy?
No.
Yeah, we knew too much.
Yeah.
We had to go
back to the basics. Spitting on dicks.
We had to distract the world with this cute Southern girl. I think she's adorable. I love the whole idea behind.
She was just
she's drunk walking by. She's like us. Any of us can get caught in that viral moment. She's being harassed.
Yep.
Her family's being harassed. Like, she's a whore. You know what? She's probably not. She's probably just funny. Yep. Why would you think that
she actually hosts a room in Nashville, I heard. No.
Well, if that's the case, then that's an awesome promotion. But my idea behind the whole idea of her making the celebrity status is, like, you can almost lean in, so then maybe you get a moment at, like, on The Talk or The View or whatever the fuck it's called, and, like, just be like, that's not who I am, but we're just drunk in the street. When someone puts a microphone in my face as I'm walking by, and I say, literally, the world is going to react in such an awesome way, we should celebrate that. We shouldn't be mad at her or think she's a whore.
I got a bit I'm going to work on stage about it, a double standard, but how long you think until she gets an OnlyFans?
I think she won't. But the girl that flashed...
She's a classy broad.
You know what? I've heard crazier things, dude.
Oh, I bet, yeah. We've all...
Yeah, when it comes right down to it, dude, I think, like, the chick from the Edmonton Oilers that did the flashing, like,
I didn't see that one.
Dude, this chick on live television, they were, like, panning over the audience, and she pulled out her milkers, and they were... pretty nice.
In the stadium, everyone's like, fuck yeah!
And then she got, like, banned from going to Oilers games, but then, like, Playboy called her and was like, you want to do a
That's how Pamela Anderson got her start.
Pamela Anderson flashed everybody at an Edmonton Oilers game?
No, don't you disrespect Pamela Anderson like that. She was at I think a baseball game, and the monitor guy put her on the Megatron, and everyone was just like, fuck yeah! And that's how she got discovered.
Dude, well, that's the idea, too. Like, we have to get discovered one way or another. So, coming back to the Comedy Mill, right? Yeah. We're all a bunch of delinquents up here in Maine. Nobody fucking cares. There's a bunch of delinquents in Indiana or North Dakota. Like, just the biggest armpits of the world. And we're just out here having fun. I think that's what's going to breed the next viral moment. It's just us hanging out, doing our thing.
But we're also sharpening our sword.
Comics are just fucking comics. Like, the only way you're going to get better is if you're hanging out with other comics or people that are
stage time.
Yeah, behind a mic. Like, hang out with your favorite uncle. Hang out with your favorite dad. Hang out with your favorite people that make you funny. Or even if they're funnier. They don't have the balls to stand in front of a mic. So go and hang out with them, and then you're not stealing their material. They don't have the balls to stand up and say it. If anything, if you had made it and had given them an homage, a little tap cap, where you're like, oh, thanks, Uncle Chris. Thanks to my dad because he made this delinquent that is today because of the dumb shit you said. Like, you can do that.
The great Ralphie May said, nobody owns a joke. And if you have a joke about trees, and I used to do that when I started. Buzz has a joke about trees. Fuck, I was going to tell my joke about trees tonight. No, nobody owns a joke. The premise was there for anybody to take.
It always is. And some of the funniest jokes are like, oh my God, it's right there for us all to take. And we didn't. Those are the ones that were like, ooh, I missed it.
That's like my Amish joke. I'm really proud of that one because it's so simple, but it fucking works.
Oh, with the Jewish, like,
no, I brought
July. Are you July? Do you have a joke about July?
No, it's like I brought an Amish joke.
I heard a joke just recently. I think it was at the open mic. Someone was like, talking about, this is their Jewish month, right? The next month is Jewish month. This was July. Pride month, so it's July. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like, it's so funny because it's right there.
It's right under everybody.
But the idea behind it is delivery, pauses, all the things that you have to do about a joke. You can't photocopy it.
Yeah.
But you
can't do it verbatim.
You can very much say the same wording, but if different delivery styles are there, it's almost like maybe they both came up with their own idea on their own. There's no way that there's millions of comics trying to make it like us. There's only 100 comics in the world people actually fucking know. And there's millions of us trying to make it. You're trying to say we all didn't think of the first thing? Like, it's just when a joke is out there, it doesn't mean you're going to be the first person to say it. And you also shouldn't throw shade on someone if theirs is funnier than yours.
Yeah, if it's a similar premise. Fuck yeah.
No,
funny always wins.
Right. Like, I had this topical here. We got Biddeford, Old Orchard Beach, and Saco. It's the Tri-City, right? And I used to say to my buddy, like, oh, I'm a boobs guy. He goes, Biddeford, Old Orchard Beach, and Saco. B-O-O-B-S.
Yeah, Uber. Yeah.
But I heard Conor McGrath say that, and he did so well. And I gave Paul, because we were there watching him do it. I'm like, dude, that was great. Like, I have the same joke. It was like, I'm so glad it worked. Like, I was grateful that he was able to put it away that I can't.
Great minds think alike type thing.
But that's exactly what I thought, too. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm on the right track because this kid is funny. I loved everything about what he had going on. And then he has a similar joke to me. So that's kind of like, it almost shouldn't shy you away from the joke. It should make you know, oh, your thought process, the way you're thinking, the way you write jokes, which I still am trying to figure out myself, is going to work. Just keep putting the time in because you fucking know what you're doing. You can't be mad at someone for having a similar joke.
Yeah.
Like what? How would he know you had that joke? You haven't said it. That's those Twitter timestamps where they're like, "Oh, I said this before." You. I was like, "Well, you didn't actually say it. You just typed it on Twitter."
Yeah.
Sure, it's hilarious, but it doesn't mean it's yours. And why not share it? I don't think that great comics should steal jokes. That's fucking gay.
That's fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. Or not gay. Sorry, Pride Month. But it's like it's just.
You're good.
Well, I mean, it's like saying penis instead of dick. I said gay instead of,
Yeah.
But anyway.
We're canceled.
Yeah, we haven't even started. We're canceled.
Yep.
I'd love to be canceled. Please cancel me. It's just one of those, we're all people. We're all trying to figure out what the fuck we want to do. When it comes to jokes, can't be mad at the big dog. If anything, it's probably even more kosher to like message the Shane Gillises, message the Joe List, message the Mark Normans, message them and say, like Stavi, be like, hey, I have a similar joke. Send them your clip. I'm not going to say anything, man, but I mean, I might have said it before you, and I'm glad you have it. That was dope. You know what? That's even better because if they got that and I know they have all great integrity, they'll probably have their producer reach out to you and be like, hey, man, want to come to my next show when I'm up that way? Because it's like they're trying to smooth it over, but at the same time, you weren't a dick. You don't you catch more flies with honey, man. Like just fucking be real. Tell these people we have similar outputs, so we're not fighting against each other. If we're all fighting against the same, or literally as a comic, we're fighting against PC culture, and PC culture is literally cancelization. They will dive into your world to make sure that your world is miserable. But as a comic, like you said earlier, it's a community, man. We should all be standing here and being a community, standing side by side. Wouldn't it be great to be a joke writer for Stavi? Yeah. Or for Mark, or for Joe, or for Shane, or any of, I keep saying them, but just right now, they're my faves for sure.
So who, not to cut you off, because that was beautiful, Buzz. That was great.
Fuck you, dude.
No, it was. No, it was empowering. It was inspirational. I'm ready to go down there and fucking eat a bag of dicks because I haven't worked on the material I'm doing tonight. Because I told you mine. Who's your favorite comic? I always ask this too on my
favorite
first time
comic.
guest.
All
you can do
in,
a top
all
three.
Out, all in and all out, forever and always is going to be Louis C.K. And I know that's controversial because he's gotten his but it's like, man,
let's get these trees out of here.
It's just I'm gonna ask these trees if I can jerk off in front of them. If they don't leave.
Yeah, they don't leave. Them.
Right, all of a sudden they got the white spruce over here,
Protein form. It's a ficus.
But no, it's like Louis was just so raw, and I think he learned a lot from his faves back in the day. So like when he was talking shit with the Jim Nortons, he was with Patrice. Like they all used to hang.
R.I.P. real one. I love Patrice.
Yeah, they were all like, Patrice for sure. R.I.P. Man, we miss you, dog. I mean, it's always fun to be able to be. He was so black that even white guys can make fun of black people, and then he'd make fun of white people just as hard.
Yep.
And it was good to know that it was like we're in a playground having fun. Like you could never cross a line with Patrice because he was like, I got 10 in the barrel before you even think you got one on me. Like it's just so fun to know when you're talking to a professional because you never get them. As a comic, you always have one on them, and then the more you talk, the more they have for ammunition.
The more ammo, yeah. You know what he said to Bert Kreischer when they were coming back from Europe?
No.
I was listening to something, and he was like, Bert, he's Bert's a fucking buffoon, but he was like, somehow,
I love Bert.
You're my friend. And Patrice was like, we're not friends. Bert was like, what do you mean? Like, we just were in Europe together? And he's like,
that's so cute.
We're not friends, we're coworkers. He goes, Bert, let me ask you something. If I was flying in, you're from Florida, right? He goes, yeah. He goes, if I was flying into Florida, would you send your mom to pick me up at the airport? Bert goes, no, I don't think I would. He goes, yeah, we're not fucking friends. I was like, that's the most Patrice thing.
It is, but it is Donnie, right? And I love Bert because he's just like
relatable.
Bingo. But that's why people don't like him. And it's like, fuck that. I love that you don't like him because guess what? You're still talking about him, you idiot.
Yeah.
You don't realize I don't like Bert Kreischer. You still, his name came out of your mouth. It's fucking free publicity. Like,
but Louis does have a good.
No, but Louis just topical. Relatable. He doesn't talk about anything. My favorite bit is the whole fucking phones on an airplane.
Down. If you're on a plane and just...
I mean, anything. Even Louis, the bit, or Pete Holmes is crashing on HBO.
That's
it's
great.
Fascinating. Show. I love this whole comedy. It's almost
that's
like a documentary.
Not how fast this road is, but okay, I guess I get it that it's a fucking television show.
Dude, I've slept on this couch. Yeah. You know, like fucking... That's not true. We'll be right back. Oh, yeah, and then the whole fucking Dr. Phil with Adam Del Rey. I can't get enough of that. Kill Tony's great. It gives people platforms. I love how Kill Tony's doing.
It's like the 80s again. It's like the resurgence of comedy now.
Yeah, but you know what that means? We're going to fall apart soon. So we're striking while the iron's hot, and then all of a sudden it's going to be this fucking World War III is going to start or whatever, where comedy almost isn't really there because we're all rallying together for something else. But comedy doesn't need to be a big platform. That's how selfish we are. Is we think comedy isn't a big deal. Comedy is anywhere. You don't need those top 200 people to write a show.
Yeah.
You need people that want to do funny jokes, and that's it. Like, we're going to do a showcase here with 10 guys. We're going to give 2 people 10 minutes, 8 people 5 minutes, and then we got Ben Chadwick coming in to do 30. But a lot of my friends, they showed up to the last show, and it was the 3 of us. We had Chris Nugeth come in, and then Brendan Eyre. And I didn't know Brendan Eyre from my ass to my elbow. And I watched a lot of his clips. I'm like, holy fuck, this guy, like you said, getting on a mic, repetition, knowing how to work a crowd. He has it in spades. It was like watching a masterclass.
Hell yeah.
And people were like, I loved that. That was tons of fun. I didn't even know who it was. So it was good to open people's eyes on being like, it doesn't need to be the top 200 comics. Anyone can make you laugh.
Yep.
Like, you're fucking dumb. Like, we're all dumb. If you can get somebody to make you laugh, it doesn't need to be the top guy, but it needs to be funny. So we paid someone to be funny. Trust us when we say he's funny. He's going to be funny. I didn't sell 150 tickets for you to come and watch somebody bomb.
When is that showcase? Do you want to plug anything before we wrap it up?
Hello.
I want to smoke a cigarette before we get on the mics.
Yeah, no, we got plenty of time. What time it is?
7.
Yeah, all right. How long has this been going on then? A half hour or so?
We're at like 40 minutes.
All right, yeah, this is almost over. Let me plug.
Oh, we're at 50 minutes. Yeah, plug your shit.
Yeah, thanks, bro. So this is the Comedy Mill. I'm Patrick. We got Nate and Paul. Nate Kern, Paul Roy. I'm Patrick Willette. My stage name is Gordon, Buzz Gordon, because I didn't want to ruin my Catholic name. But we just had a show last month with Brendan Eyre and Christopher Nugent that crushed. The upcoming show is going to be July 20th. It's a Saturday. We're going to have 8. We are just trying to promote showcases. So we do a lot of open mics. We got a lot of people that try to promote the show coming in. They're going to do their best 5. We're going to rotate 8 of those out. We got 2 people that we think we're going to feature for 10. And then we're going to have Ben come in and do 30. So I think any show should be at least 1.5 hours. If it's a little bit longer, that's okay, because the headliner usually runs that a little long if he's killing. Yeah. But if it goes shorter, I don't care either. It's not super expensive. Shit, what's $10-15 out of your pocket to come up here and drink beer and laugh? But when you come to a show, shut the fuck up. I'd love to say that. Dude, I don't hate hecklers, but I hate when a person heckles and I'm that much better at getting back at them, and then they like, oh, I had a bad time. It's like, shut the fuck up then.
Yeah.
How about you shut up?
That's big fun. You want to talk? Go and put fucking 1 million hours on a stage on this lonely road and grab a fucking microphone.
Or if you talk, just be prepared. It's like I'm holding a microphone. You think whatever you said was funnier than louder. Me? You could say something hilarious. Everyone could laugh, and I just look at you and go, cool. Like that would kill even more than your thought out fucking dumb joke. Yeah. It's just and if you think you're better than us, come cut your teeth, dude. We're at the Comedy Mill every Wednesday.
Fuck yeah.
List goes out at 7:30. Show starts at 8. We rotate hosts. Try to make sure everybody gets to say their chops, have some fun. New comics, old comics. Please, it's an open forum for anybody, man. Hey, thank you very much for having me on the pod too.
Yeah, dude, you want to come back? It's been fun.
I'd love to have you on. Have you on my pod. Yeah. We haven't had a podcast yet, but we're thinking about it, dude. We don't know what to do, but thank you again for having me on and letting us promote the show, dude. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that.
Of course, dude. Like I said, it's good that like I found my community up here. We'll talk more off air about all that shit though. I just want to plug This Friday.
Yeah, get on the Patreon for the off-air shit.
Yeah. I have one.
You do?
I haven't. It's not set up yet.
Homo, dude. He's got an
You think
OnlyFans for his feet.
I started an OnlyFans. I had one.
What, for bald people with bad looks?
No, it was fuck. What was it?
I can't even remember, folks.
No, because I was just gonna. I had Luchador mask, and I was just gonna review cheeseburgers.
I don't think your username is Big Dicks McGee.
No, it was MC Fat Fuck, but fat was spelled with PH and fuck was spelled with PH.
Oh, cool.
So it was like MC
cool.
Fat Fuck, and I was just gonna review cheeseburgers.
MC is not for Monster Cock, right? It's for Micro Cock.
No, it's for Mulligan. So I'll be in Rhode Island at Coopersfield Burgers and Bar this Friday. Tickets are only $15. We got like 5 or 6 comics on there. Laughing with Larry, Westgate Productions. Look them up. And that's it. This has been My Wife's Asleep. Let's go tell jokes, Buzz.
Yeah, have fun. Later.